Another awesome example of using other people's money to build wealth in real estate, not just for you, but for them also, in this Deal by Deal episode number 23. The year is 2015. This is a Teisco style deal. We found this on the MLS, listed for the whole world to see. It was a larger home, but it was like a modular home set up on a nice permanent foundation, and it was like an estate sale where somebody passed away and the bank ended up taking it back. So we found this on the MLS and we're able to purchase it for, I think, $50,000 using private money. And I think we borrowed a little bit more than we bought it for so that we could get the property fixed. Had some soft spots in the floor, needed new flooring, needed a little bit of electrical work. Not a huge amount of difficult stuff. It was mostly cosmetic. We got it turned around and ready for resale. Per the usual Teisco deal, we're selling this on owner financing. The first buyer that we found for it was actually one of the buyers from episode 11, and we'd sold that one several times, but I think this was the second buyers of episode 11 were the first buyers of this one. They had outgrown that one. We put them in this one for a few years and either sold that one for them or did something there. And they were making the payments on it for a while before we ended up brokering it for them as well and reselling it to a new buyer. So from an agent's perspective, not only are we making money on these transactions, but I'm also getting leads for commissions in the future because they know that working with me that I can sell these properties good, even though most of them don't finance because of the property type. So it's a win-win there. So remember, on a Teisco deal, we're not just making the profit like in a normal fix and flip where we might get the spread, which is usually about twice what we have into it because of labor and such. So we could have made $50,000 or $55,000 on this property, but we ended up making that over the long run. So after a small down payment, we've been collecting payments now for almost 10 years. And so even though we didn't have any of our own money into it, we're getting paid for basically finding the deal, structuring the deal, finding the buyer, and babysitting the transaction over the years. And so we end up making a lot of money on the interest over time. I know I've said this over and over because we've done so many deals like this, but if we're willing to wait for it, we end up making more money on the interest than we do in our actual spread, which would have been a pretty good spread. And the interest is taxed less than earned income generally. And on top of that, it's spread out over all these years. So if we were to get the property back and resell it, the property probably would go up in value. That happens sometimes. In this case, the property is almost paid off. She's been there 9 or so years, and the current buyer has been there less than that. But she's been making good, consistent payments, and she's going to have this thing paid off in a pretty short amount of time and own this property free and clear. In the time between then and now, we have paid off our private investors, so they've made good money on that transaction in the meantime, well secured against the property. So if you're interested in learning anything about that, give me a call if you're interested in being a private money person too. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. If you guys have any real estate needs whatsoever, please reach out. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, and you can find me on any of these other places that you enjoy your content. So thanks very much. Really appreciate it.